Okay, welcome back everyone to another episode of Yoda's Hut. I'm Bill. I go by Yodaman on the boards, and I'm joined as usual by Derek. Hey Derek, how's it going?
I'm doing all right.
All right, so in this game we've got a match between myself and Justin from out at Gamers Armory. Shortly after the Wretched Hive pack dropped, I am on the right playing a Rebel deck that Derek had actually suggested. It is two defensive Yavin 4, two mobilize the squadrons, two planning the attack, two running the trench, and two resourceful survivors. And Justin is playing a deck that would now actually be illegal by one pod. It is a Scum deck with two no disintegrations, two masterful manipulation, two heartless tactics, two I don't like you either, one Hutt's Menagerie, and one Spice Trade. So any first thoughts on these decks as we get ready to get started here? I see we have our flops too, and it looks like Justin flopped Masterful Manipulation. I think that's Hutt's Menagerie, and I don't like you either. And I started Defensive Having 4, Resourceful Survivors, and Mobilize the Squadron. So
Yeah, that looks right. Yeah, the Scum deck is pretty straightforward. I mean, there's 1,000 versions of that deck, before the new FAQ and errata came out, which all focused around, 7 or 8 key pods, and then you can, change a couple of them up as you see fit. My deck was kind of the first version of I just wanted to make a deck that could do Rebel Assault 8 times.
right.
So, and that of course starts with the two, the Yavin and Mobilize and Resourceful, to each of those. So the first 6 pods are kind of set, and then since they're all Yavin, I figured Dodonna would be an easy match. And in this version, I think I went with the running the trench, Pilot Luke and Red 5, just to get some more double mains for potential edge battles and things like that.
Right.
So
All right.
yeah, I've tried it a few different ways now. This was that version. That was my first try.
Yeah. So it was an interesting thing to try. I think a lot of people were trying to figure out if there was a way to get 8 Rebel Assaults off. So Justin played Malakili, a prized possession. He also played Underground Entertainment. And when Malakili enters play, you can use him to search for a creature in your deck, and he pulled out a spider and played that. And then it looked like he was trying to play Pondo Baba and forgot that Pondo Baba only gets a discount if there's a unique character unit out on the light side, so he couldn't really play Pondo Baba yet, and he hit Deck Collector. And I used a Rebel Assault on Masterful since Mobilize the Squadron, even though you don't typically refresh your focus tokens, Mobilize has after you refresh, you can take a focus token off of an objective, so I'm going to still have 4 thanks to that. When my turn starts, and I should be able to take out Masterful just with a Rebel Assault
hmm
from discards
Yeah,
since I've played
that's
it
one
already.
thing I have noticed in these various versions of this deck I've played is it loves seeing those 4 health objectives over there.
Right, especially turn 1. You can pretty much guarantee you can take one out if you want to sacrifice some tempo.
Yeah, assuming you get the resourceful survive objective out there, so you
Yeah.
can play from your discard pile.
And it looks like he is playing a freelance hunter that Chud from Between the Shadows Boba Fett set. And I think I asked him if he wanted to trigger I Don't Like You Either and copy my Rebel Assault on anything, but he didn't want to do that, if I remember right.
Yeah, I remember you doing that to me
Yeah.
in a previous game we did.
Yep. Yeah. And I think he's probably just going to go commit Malakili, I would think, just to take balance. There's really no reason to commit anything else.
Yeah,
So,
you don't want to commit the spiders if you can help it.
right. So
So,
now I wasn't too worried about Underground Entertainment being out. I mean, even though there's a few guys in here, most of the deck was ship based. So
yeah, that's normally a really annoying card to deal with.
yeah. So
So,
I did take one off Mobilize after I refreshed, even though I
hmm
didn't really remove focus tokens during the refresh phase. And I remember here thinking I could use some ships, but I wasn't really drawing them. So
yeah. Yeah, if you're not drawing him and he's got underground out there, all you can do is kind of throw out something and have him something that's worthy of him sacrificing it, doing it that way.
yeah, I drew another Rebel Assault and just blew up Masterful.
So that's kind of good and bad in that you should have played the one from your discard pile just in case he manages to take out that objective, then you won't be able to use him.
Yeah, that was probably a mistake on my part. I think I played it just because I was trying to get stuff out of my hand.
Yeah,
because
and that's the other side of it. Is you
yeah,
want to be able to draw more.
yeah, and I just didn't have much because I didn't draw resources and I didn't draw ships to try to take advantage of defense he had for. So I'm just gonna pass turn to Justin here. The dial's gonna go to 3, and he flipped up Heartless Tactics, which lets you prevent a damage to a Scum objective that has a captured card at it. And he had played out most of his hand on his turn, so he's going to get to draw quite a few new cards here, as he's been cycling through his deck.
Yeah, given that he had played so much, I might have actually attacked the Rebel Tactician just to either he's forced to pretty much use his Underground Entertainment, or let you swing, in which case you can focus the Spider.
Right.
Because that gives you a chance to pitch those cards if you got a fistful you don't want anyway.
Yeah, I think I just figured he would just bounce it and wouldn't be able to get rid of anything. So
right, but getting rid of Underground Entertainment
might have been worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to play your Dodonna and then have that sitting out there waiting for him.
So he just played Dr. Evanson and Bubo. So he's got Protect Scum characters, so that Bubo can protect anything he's got out except the Spider.
Mm-hmm.
And I would think if I'm Justin, I swing. So
yeah, I think given that there are 2 Rebel Assaults in your discard pile, he needs to get rid of that location really quickly.
I mean, I think I'd go in with the Spider right here and swing at Resourceful Survivors.
Now, does he have... Let's see, he's only got 3 blasts on the table, so he couldn't take it out right now.
Right, yeah, he doesn't have quite enough blasts to take it out, that's true.
Yeah, but he needs to get it going at the very least.
So he's attacking with the Freelance Hunter after Resourceful Survivors, so that'll put 2 damage on it thanks to the unopposed.
Yeah, I can't say I blame him for that, because then you can still... it's an extra unopposed. He's going to take him 2 attacks anyway. This way he doesn't lock down the Spider.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the only thing I would think of is maybe you just attack with the Spider and get the 3rd damage on there now.
Yeah.
Because then if I had Rebel Assault again, he could just take it out by copying it.
Yeah, that's true.
So... But he didn't attack with the Spider, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it depends if he's willing to put damage on that objective. Or save it for later.
So he's committing Bubo and Dr. Evanson. So Dr. Evanson basically has the mini Tarkin trait that you can blank or you can basically blank units that cost the same, one of yours and one of your opponents. So
yeah, one important thing though is you have to blank a different unit from the dark. So you can't blank the Doctor himself.
Right.
Somebody else.
Right. So I am using the event, I can't remember what it's called, Peaceful Resistance or something like that lets you discard a target non-limited enhancement. I just discarded the Underground Entertainment.
That's a good use for
that. So
I figured that had Dengar's enhancement, from his set written all over it, but that Underground Entertainment's a damn good target for it as well.
Yeah, definitely with this deck, because if I'm not drawing any ships, which I seem to remember being part of the issue I had at the start of this game, I need to get it's a good way to do that so I can kind of avoid the characters getting knocked out by it.
Yeah, now you at least have some tactics there.
Right.
To try to protect your objectives.
So I played an X-Wing, and I played another Rebel Tactician, and I played the Massassi Temple War Room, so the elite resource.
Mm-hmm.
So, but not a lot of health on my guys.
No, and the danger now is he does have the blast to take out that objective if he wants to.
Yep, so it looks like I'm just passing turn. The dial's going to go to 5. And I think he just got a lot of stuff out quicker than I could deal with it here.
Yeah, you just you had no first turn resource, which kind of hurts. You had the objective to make your vehicles cheaper, but you had no vehicles.
Right.
So you kind of drew the bad side of everything.
Yeah.
You did get a couple Rebel Assaults, but that's 2 damage when they're dropping 5, 6 health worth in units. That just doesn't cut it.
Right, right, because you need to have units out too. So the rebel assaults are nice. Now, the more I've done this, and I need to play around with it more, the more I like the idea of trying to use turning the tide with this, because
Mm-hmm.
turning the tide lets you remove, if that's out, you can remove a token from it if when you play a rebel event card. And so
Mm-hmm.
either that or Mum Mothma, like I think you had a deck like that where she can reduce the cost of an event by one. So it doesn't cost you as much in tempo to try to get those rebel assaults out. And
Yeah, I
there
think
is Between the Shadows Boba Fett.
that's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my favorite version of this deck, or at least one of them, is in you running the same initial 8 that I mentioned with Dodonna, but instead of Luke running Mothra in there. It seems to be a lot more reliable, and there's a lot. It's like you get more better cards in there. You can make you don't get the auto refresh, um, like you were saying with the objective from Akbar's set, but you do get Mothra making your stuff cheaper. So it's kind of the same effect.
Yeah. And now he played a Black Set Headhunter there too, so he's got lots of blasts on the table right now.
Yeah, and because of Bubo, also you're not going to kill anything, obviously. So
Nope.
um, your only hope is to Tactics Boba before he swings,
Yeah.
because then he doesn't get to double swing.
Right. Oh, I twisted away a Zizor there in this edge battle, so I think he's going after Mobilize.
Yeah, well, he'll blow it up in one shot if he does. And you pitch both your cards, so
Yep.
see what he's got here.
It's like I had 4 or 5. I had 5, I think.
I think I see 5,
And I
yeah.
think he had 4 or 2, or I can't tell what he had. It looks like that was preparation and planning, so I didn't remember if he put in 1 or 2. So I think I'm going to win edge. So I got a decision here because he can't. Since he didn't win edge, I could let him double strike with Boba and he'd only get 3 damage total. And maybe I should focus something else down.
Mm, it's
But
still 3 damage.
yeah,
And he's got so many guys over there. I think you gotta eliminate the damage while you can. I think you have to Tactics Boba.
I focused
Well,
the headhunter.
I guess the Headhunter is going to do a similar amount of damage.
Right.
But then
Yeah.
you don't have that many guys on the board, so you're losing guys by doing it that way.
Yeah, that's true. And it looks like I still have a card left, which I didn't realize I did. I thought I was out of cards. So I have the
Yeah.
blocker, and so I guess I took the 3 damage maybe. I'm not
What
sure.
was that you just did?
Rebel Assault. I'm not sure why. Oh, I played Preparation and Planning, so I guess I played that for free.
Yeah, so you pulled that out of your discard pile before he's going to be
Right.
able to nuke.
And I hit Heartless Tactics, but it looks like he's going to copy it and take out my Rebel Tactician.
Uh, you might have waited until he declared attackers for his to try and blow up that location, because then if he sends just enough to blow it up,
Yeah.
although I guess if he's sending the spider, it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, he's sending the spider. There's nothing I can do there. Dial's going to go to 6. And this is not looking promising on my end. He's got a pretty darn good board, and I've got an X-Wing.
Yep.
And Luke is not on that X-Wing, so it's not like I have the Force with me. So,
Force is long gone in
yeah.
this game, I think.
This is this,
Yeah, you still got the Doc, Bubo.
yeah, he's got and the freelance assassin, and he's got the deck collector. So I'm gonna refresh here. I mean, I will have some resource, but I'll be curious to see what I flip up this time. Planning the attack, so at least I'll get an extra card.
What you could really use is that one that says everybody return all but 3 cards to their hand, or
Yeah,
3 units.
New Hope. That would be nice right now. I don't know if that's in my hand or not, but I do have another Rebel Assault. And I blew
You're getting all your Rebel Assaults.
right, and I did blow up one objective already, and I've got
Uh-huh.
2 damage on 2 other ones. So, if I could somehow get some units here and win an edge battle, who
Mhm.
knows? I mean, I might be able to like sneak out something. Although I really need to draw some cheap ships or ships I can get out with defense he having 4 here. So,
Yeah, and now you've still got a rebel assault sitting in your discard pile that you weren't able to
right, I wasn't
use
able to
out
use.
there because you lost that objective.
Yeah, I've got seven
Yeah,
resources in defense EM4, so there is red 5.
that's got some potential.
Yeah, so I gotta see. Well, I paid full price. I did. I could have. Wonder if I had something I could have pitched to make him cheaper. And I'm putting R2D2 on red 5, which
That
gives him
gives him,
shielding.
yeah, shielding, and I think if you put a pilot on him, he removes the damage every
Yeah.
turn.
If I had a card to pitch, I wonder if I should have pitched another one, but
Well, you got three, yeah, because you got three resources there. You got your rebel assault that leaves you
right,
with one.
right,
Depends if you have something else you could do for one or two.
yeah. Oh, I guess okay. I'm gonna discard something then and pay cheaper for that. Okay,
Yeah,
so you let me
that
back
makes
out.
sense.
That makes more sense. I really need like one more unit, preferably, unless I've got two rebel assaults here.
Well, how much damage is on Heartless Tactics right now? Is it two or three?
There's two on each of them, so I'm shielding red 5.
Okay.
I'm going in with both of them after I don't like you either. So that's interesting.
Uh,
And I think
the
Justin only has one card, so
yeah. The only way I see you winning here is if you've got two Rebel Assaults in your hand.
yeah,
And you can still win Edge.
right. Well, he's only got one card. I would think I should be able to win Edge.
Right, but if you get two Rebel Assaults, that's two less cards you get
Right.
for the Edge.
So there's a second objective for me.
Yeah, because now you need to do 3 damage to that bottom one, and you got 4 resources. So if you
Right.
had two in your hand, you could do one now and one on his turn, and you win.
Right, exactly. Or if I
Um,
had resourceful survivors out still, I could do
right.
that.
So yeah, if you had that, I think that might have come back to bite you not playing that one from your discard pile earlier.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You Because the if you'd had even one more damage on Heartless right now, you could Rebel Assault it and win.
Yeah, I think I'm sitting there saying, and now I lose, Justin. Because I can't stop Boba Fett and the Headhunter. So I'm just done.
Right.
Yeah, I am Rebel Assaulting just to get it within one. So I'm going to be one damage short after that, but uh, that game looks closer like on paper than it really was and what it really happened in
Yeah,
that game.
you got kind of blitzkrieg, but it's really the drawing all those Rebel Assaults. It doesn't take that much damage. You only need to get one or two good shots through,
Right.
and you can win. So even though his board clearly dominated yours for the entire game, like you said, you only came one damage short, and you still might have pulled it off if you'd done things a little different earlier on.
Yeah, I definitely could have. Well, it was fun to try to play that deck, certainly a quick game, and that Justin's deck kind of shows as a reminder of how good Between the Shadows Boba Fett can be sometimes. I mean,
Oh
even
yeah.
though I didn't choose, he won, or I won that edge battle, it's just such a threat that he can basically one-shot an objective by himself if he can win an edge battle. So,
Well, and there's so many ways now with stuff like your spice trades and where you can take tactics or move tactics off of guys or with
right.
duel, and then potentially, you can send Bubba and let him double strike, blow up an objective with duel out there, take it off of him, and then Bubba can go again.
Right, yeah.
It's just nuts.
Yeah, it really is. All right, well, it was a pretty fun game to watch. It was a little quick one, but that can show you how some of these games can be when you're playing quicker decks. So thanks for joining me for commentary as always, Derek. Appreciate it.
Oh, anytime.